Hello everybody. I have just taken an A5 size watercolor 300 GSM paper and I have put masking tape into two. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you quick two wet on wet kind of paintings in this and how we can create, any kind. I mean, this can be used as bookmarks. It can be used as, like you just to write something or even sometimes for gifting purpose or just to frame it in different ways and keep it in your house. So I'm going to first take water, of course, clean water. And remember one thing that is very important. The way we apply water plays a very important role on how color flows into our paper because that is something that gives direction to our water to flow here and there. So I'm going to use a little bit of lemon yellow over here. And my lemon yellow is mixed a little bit with green, so you're going to get a little greenish lemon yellow, which is a nice color. If you see, I've left a slight gap over there. So I'm basically randomly applying color. Okay, and then I'm going to use crimson. Apply crimson here, and I'm going to allow the crimson to flow into yellow. I will not force it to flow. I'll just allow crimson to just go and get mixed with the yellow wherever I've applied or I've left little white space. Okay, because when the colors flow on their own, you actually get the perfect look of the color and the correct blend of the color, right? I'm going to take just lemon yellow now. And in between, I'm going to apply lemon yellow and I'm going to allow lemon yellow to get inside crimson and create a natural look that can be done. Now with the lemon yellow, I'm going to go flat here. Now if you notice, the moment I've started applying color here, these colors have started flowing down. So you let it flow, don't stop it, because that's the natural look that you will get. Keep coloring till the time there is color in your brush. Okay, I'm going to take a little white. And just apply in places. Little sap green with almost no water in your brush, just enough water for the brush to move. The reason I'm not taking excess water here because my paper has good amount of water. So there is too much color in my brush because if I don't take too much color, then it won't be visible when it's dry. It will become like very, very, very light. And if you notice, I'm going like this. In between, you can make few dark lines. And with a thin brush, you take a little bit of crimson. And then I'm going to take white with crimson. So that will give me a very beautiful pink. And then I will just take white. Then with the same brush, I'm going to take sap green again. Mix it with viridian green. And there's hardly any water in my brush. That's why it's not spreading, if you notice, like how it was spreading before. This is basically, I'm just defining some places where I want the line to be more visible. And it is the water on the paper which is helping me to move my brush smoothly. And now for the sky, I'm going to use tissue paper. I'm going to roll the tissue paper like this. And just create a light effect in some places. So we're going to let this dry. And little bit, I'll take that sap green, viridian green mix in my brush with water, of course. And we'll just take this up. So that, when this dries, it will give a very light effect of it. And you can take that light pink that we had created. Please take it with water, of course, in your brush. And just put random dots. Because, when this dries, it won't be that visible. But it will look like a little blurry kind of a look. And the blur effect gives a very beautiful natural look. Like it's there, but it's far. So we're going to let this dry now. We'll move to the next one. And this, I'm going to just apply water. Okay. I'm going to take white, good amount of white in my brush. Start applying. I'm sure white is visible only on the masking tape. That's because white on white obviously can't be seen. Then the color that I'm taking is black. Now I'm sure white is visible. Wash your brush really nicely. Take white again. Try not to touch the black. And again, wash your brush. Just gonna take Prussian blue. I have to take good amount of Prussian blue with almost no water in my brush, because if I take too much water, then you can see what's happening. It's not moving. White is overpowering. Even the white isn't visible clearly on the paints, but trust me, it is very overpowering as a color. And now let this dry. Okay, once it's dry, we can do anything on this. If you want, you can create any kind of thing on this. Now this is almost dry. So in this, I'm going to do something which will be like a lightning, but I'm not sure how well we can get it. But let's give it a try. So I'm going to use one of the thinnest brush possible. And I'm going to take white. And go very carefully. If you notice, I'm just using the tip of the brush. Even though it's a thin brush, it can still create a fat line. And nothing else I'm going to do in this. try to use the places where you have the white effects. That will go because that will show the effect because of the lighting or lightning. That's it. Nothing else I'm gonna do in this. The last thing that is to be done is just sign it with your name. And since this is also dry, I can go ahead and do that in this also. And now is the most interesting part, that is removing of the masking tape. This is one of the most satisfying and relieving kind of a thing, because it tells us that yes, our work is complete. And see, when I'm taking it from the center, I'm being extremely careful. I'm just pulling it straight, because if I pull a little bit left or right, it may end up tearing one of the sides. So you got to be very slow and steady in this work. Always pull towards outside when you're taking the outside ones. But when it's in the center, just keep coming straight. There, I have two different look. Now you can cut it from the center, give a nice border to it, and your work is ready. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.